Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for watching my videos. This video is going to be a video in a series of videos where we are going to talk about the offshore industry. We are going to have three different videos. First video, we are going to cover what is called the drilling vessels. The second one, we will be covering the service vessels. And third, I'll be explaining what is the dynamic positioning. Let's jump into the video. This is the topic for today, which is offshore vessels, and we are going to talk specifically about drilling. First, let us understand what is an offshore industry. The offshore industry is an area of exploration and use of ships in the high seas to extract and support mining of fossil fuels, basically the crude oil and the liquefied natural gas which is got from the seabed. Basically, the offshore industry involves the following points. First, survey of areas in the seabed to locate fossil fuels like crude oil, LNG, etc. As I mentioned, these are the main products of exploration of the seabed where we get the fossil fuel like crude oil and LNG. Feasibility study to extract the fossil fuels which are discovered. First, there is a survey which is done to find out whether there is LNG and crude oil below the seabed. And once the crude oil and LNG in the seabed is found, then there has to be a feasibility study for the possibility of the extraction which is commercially viable. Construction of rigs and other infrastructure for fuel extraction. Once it is found that it is feasible commercially to extract the fossil fuels, then the construction of infrastructure starts to ensure the extraction of the fossil fuels are done at the minimum cost. Once the infrastructure is ready, then the production of fossil fuels can start. Either extraction of the crude oil or the gases are extracted and they have to be transported either to liquefaction factories or to refineries to refine the crude oil. Once the plant or the rig starts operational, then as the rigs and the infrastructure gets old, they have to be continuously maintained and upgraded for any new technologies which come into existence. That was an overview of what the offshore industry was all about. Now we will talk specifically about offshore vessels. Offshore vessels are ships that specifically assist in oil exploration and construction work at high seas. Offshore vessels are such that they actually do not carry any cargo per se, but help in support of this offshore industry. They help in exploration, they help in extraction, they help in servicing, firefighting, they help in transport of seafarers, manpower, etc. etc. Offshore vessels help in provide necessary supplies to the excavation and construction units. Okay, so offshore vessels help in supporting the extraction activities. Offshore ships also provide the transiting and relieving of crew personnel to and from the high seas. The rigs can be as far away as 200 nautical miles from the shore. So they have to have means, the people who are working there have to have means to come and go from the shore. The offshore support vessels provide these services. What are the drilling ships? We will just see how the drilling takes place. What are the different types of drilling and what kinds of ships are required for drilling? First, the drilling area is divided into various categories. First is the ultra deep water, which is 1500 meters or more. That is the depth of water. Depth of water at the extraction site. If it is more than 1500 meters or above, that is 1.5 kilometers or above, then they use drill ships. So drill ships are used to drill because you have to drill for getting to the oil, right? Or the gas. So if it is 1.5 kilometers or more, then drill ships are used for drilling. I have also mentioned something called the DP2 there, which I will explain in a later video. Second is the deep water. Deep water is between 150 meters depth to 1500 meters depth. Again, moored or DP. Moored meaning the rig is already anchored in the position, or the DP is used, where the semi-submersible vessels are used or the drill ships are used. Third category is the shallow water. Shallow water is less than 150 meters of depth of water where the fossil fuels were discovered. There we have drill barges, we have jack-up rigs, we have tenders, and we have semi-tender. These are all vessel types which are used in drilling. Let us see some examples. These are examples of drill ships. This is how, when you look from outside, you will see. When you have to recognize a drill ship, this is how you recognize the drill ship. You have a big tower in the center of the vessel. Okay, these are the semi-submersible vessels which mostly do not have self-propelling. They have to be towed to one place and then they are placed in the location for the drilling. Again, you will see the tower which has the drill. Jack-up rig. You can see how a jack-up rig which can be transported using a tug, and then you have the jacks. There are usually four jacks which are usually put into the ground, and they are fixed on the ground and it is jacked up. Okay, you can see the actual jack-up rig on the right hand side picture. Okay, this is used in the shallow waters. That completes a small video on the overall view of the offshore industry and the drill ships. I hope you have gained some knowledge which is essential in knowing about offshore vessels. We will continue this series of videos in the next video, covering various services which are used for the offshore industry, and also we will cover a video on the dynamic positioning. Stay tuned. Thank you so much for watching my videos. I will see you in the next one.